What's going on? What the goings on, y'all? On this beautiful thirsty Thursday. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know where you from, but I'm from the good old state of Michigan. It's kind of cloudy out there. I guess the border of Canada got a nice little wildfire going and it's spreading into our atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? Making it kind of cloudy out there. A constant fog, I would imagine. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all being safe. You know what I mean? Already with the alreadys, you know what I'm saying? It ain't much to go on today. I kind of relaxed. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, okay, I ain't gonna put nothing in the feed. We gonna see how it go when it's going, how it's going. You know what I'm talking about? We'll probably talk about a little something tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's getting close to the end of let me talk my shit anyway. You know what I'm talking about? Forget my language. I don't mean to offend or harm anyone, but yeah, it was a nice few little episodes. You know what I'm talking about? But this is the I guess this is the end of the cycle, I would imagine. You know what I mean? I come up with another name for something else. You know what I'm talking about? When I felt like how I'm feeling, you know what I mean? You know, like I said, it ain't much going on this beautiful Thursday. I guess they ain't that thirsty. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? You understand me? Already with the already, you know, trying to keep it light. But that's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? And ain't no drama. I hope it's gonna be a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? I like when I ain't gotta talk much. You know what I'm talking about? Don't mind not talking my shit. Forget my language. But we gonna get into some rhetoric. Not much. Just a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Just a little bit. So, you know what I'm talking about? I guess some of the allegations has come forth with the whole gambling in the NBA. And I guess some text messages came up between De'Aaron Fox and Malik Beasley. You know what I'm talking about? And Malik Beasley is one of the chosen few that's in this gambling slash health insurance slash. It's a whole lot of slashes. You know what I'm talking about? Whole lot of emotions going. You know what I mean? But these text messages was brought up, and it just show how, you know what I'm saying, the league is what the league does. You know what I'm talking about? But they been didn't tanking. You know what I'm saying? Just think about all the tanking they was doing in uh other cities and towns, considering the fact that they was gambling in them. You know what I'm saying? They just brought to light because now they done moved a little further. You know what I'm saying? It's more regions for them to deal with. You know what I mean? They trying to figure out why this happening and why that happening. You know what I'm saying? But it's been going on. I'm pretty sure if you looked at everybody text messages, it's some type of flip flopping. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the already. So De'Aaron Fox ain't the first one. He just was the one who had enough stupidity to get caught. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the already. Shout out to De'Aaron Fox though. You know what I mean? It had to be you, but you know, it just goes to show, hey, y'all need to slow it down. You know what I'm saying? You can't, the old gotta go and the new gotta come in. You know what I mean? Quit holding on. Shoot. At the end of the day, it sounds like the veterans don't know what they talking about no more. They need to, you know what I was always taught? Something that I probably take to the grave with me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta learn from the new motherfucker because the new motherfucker know what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Once he got discernment and he can tell the right from the wrong, yeah, you can't beat him. But you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to tell that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't able to tell. You know what I mean? A lot of people ain't had a chessboard at their house, and I ain't just talking about the chessboard. You could just take all the pieces off. You know what I'm saying? The right and the wrong, the black and the white. You know what I'm saying? What's far in between? You know what I'm saying? Can you tell the difference between a stranger and a person just trying to get in your house? It's two different things. You know what I'm saying? They got two different agendas. You got to be able to explain the two. But like I said, I keep going and keep going. I can't believe that we did uttered up 5 minutes of belligerentness. Oh man, crazy, crazy, crazy. But shout out to De'Aaron Fox and Mr. Beasley. You know what I'm saying? I hope your venture goes well, good brothers. Let's see. Casanat, I seen your video. I understood it. I don't know. I don't really care if nobody else did. I did. You know what I'm talking about? For sure. I'm probably, it's kind of hard for me to stay in my lane, so I'm probably not. But that's what janitors do. We always mopping it up. We always in somebody else's mix so we can keep it clean. You know what I mean? Already with the already. But shout out to Casanat. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ray J. Ray J, Ray J, Ray J. I almost wanted to smoke because of you, good brother. Like, nigga, just look, you done been Brandy Brothers for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And you done spoiled the fruits of your labor plenty of times. We know that's just what you do. You know what I'm saying? You make it happen, and then you eventually tank. But you trying to keep these stories up, it's just astronomical, brother. You either was in one of these podcasts, God knows, it's a many of them. I guess they wanted to ask you the tough question, which is, have you ever been intimate with a man? You know what I'm saying? You could have said, yes, I have been intimate with a man. You know what I'm talking about? Already with the alreadys. You know what I'm saying? You'd have been able to tackle the issue and explain, hey, I'd have been, you know what I'm saying, talking back and forth with another correspondent that's of my nature. You know what I'm talking about? What was so hard about that? And it wouldn't have made you gay. Your emotions is your emotions. You gotta tap into that energy. Ain't that right? I mean, that's just how it's supposed to go. You know what I'm talking about? Now, I mean, you gotta have intercourse. That's a totally different thing. You know what I'm saying? But people gonna take this story and run with it the best way they know how. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't nothing much. It's always something interesting though. And that's just the way they live. You know what I'm saying? People don't live for the truth. We should know that by now. You know what I'm saying? This streaming internet thing ain't been around but maybe 5 years. You know what I'm saying? It's just not entering its introduction phase. You know what I'm talking about? So we shall see. But I did get a chance to get me a freestyle in. You know, I need two or three of them. You know what I'm talking about? Already shout out to those who have been freestyling. You know what I mean? It's definitely it. Somebody gonna get some out of the deal. We just don't know who at this point. You feel me? But I was listening to this one freestyle. I guess it's from Dean. I want to say Dean Tevin. I can't pronounce it. Yeah, you know, y'all got these weird Instagram names. I wish y'all just get straight to the point. I am such and such. Uh, your real full name underscore, like just simple. You know what I'm saying? But the math is simple. Then been flushed out the window so much. You trying to get creative. You know what I mean? We go back to the format. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nothing got to change. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta own it and home in on it, I imagine. But shout out to Dean Tev. I guess you did a freestyle on, I don't even know the platform. You know what I'm talking about? But it was enjoyable. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta tap in for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? And I want to go back to something, right? I guess Ray J was on the podcast, and it had Paul Pierce and a young lady on it. You know what I'm talking about? So I guess you know what I'm saying. That'll give more contest, more contrast to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And shout out, like I said, to Dean Tell for the freestyle. One reason why I liked it a lot is because you know what I'm saying. It was saying something. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't into what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I'm talking about? To each his own. Uh, you move the way you want to move at this point. Uh, Shout out to the members of the 2K movement. You know what I'm saying? I guess 2K27. They try not to. They try not to promote it pretty much. I don't know about it not coming out. I mean, you gonna take the CD away totally? Like that's gaming and being a musician. Them totally two different animals. I don't see them. Can't burn the CD-ROM away. You know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of these sentences then got paid. So now you gonna come and say we just gonna give you this piece of paper and you put this piece of paper in and you'll have a system. Well, if that's the case, right, you should bring the price down. Price shouldn't be $60 a console. I mean $60 for the megabytes and the CD and the packaging and all that. That's what you're paying for. Once you dumbing it down to a piece of paper and programming, the program should, yeah. I don't pay for the program. I don't pay for the what you call it. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be easy for people to scam that. You know what I'm saying? All they gotta do is have the number. Everybody can have the game. Yeah, y'all need to look into that a little farther. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of scam when it comes to that. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to have a barcode, and then you're gonna have a password. You know what I'm talking about? To the actual what's going on, not including your own personal. It should be a two verification system. I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about? If that's what y'all gonna do, y'all gonna go from hardware to software. That's all you're doing is taking two steps back, but that's no here nor there. Shout out to 2K. And I hope it vote well. I don't see it going well though. Niggas love hard copy. Regardless. You gonna take you took it and went streaming without nobody saying that. You know what I'm saying? You just all of a sudden made it happen. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Empire. Cause if it wasn't for Mrs. Cookie Lion, I'm using their stage names. Mr. and Mrs. Cookie Lion, we probably wouldn't even be talking about streaming. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's why you gotta watch the movies because the truth is in the movies, not the. I mean, the truth is in the movie, not the. Yeah, I'm saying it right. The truth is in the movie. You just gotta watch. You know what I'm talking about? Cause they gonna tell you. You just gotta know what you're looking for at this point. You know what I mean? We got one more and we get out of here. So, like I say, I have been. That's probably why I didn't do a whole lot today. I have been watching you know what I'm saying, the battle rap scene. And you do need promoters. You know what I'm saying? But you niggas gotta act like y'all act in order to get promoted. Don't nobody want to report. Don't nobody want to promote nothing that they know they ain't gonna get no residual from. You niggas act like it was supposed to happen when it first came. You act like it was supposed to come instead of being grateful that it did. And then a lot of entities decided, well, I'm gonna go over here. How long? How you gonna go over there knowing all the money over here? Nigga not gonna just up and transfer. You feel me? I see if it was a small deity, then yeah, a nigga could transfer with no problem. But when it's, I don't know why they be doing that sometimes. But when it's more than one entity, you know what I'm saying? When it's more than one person involved, it get kind of iffy when it comes to just up it and leave me. It's a lot of correspondence that come to that. You know what I mean? And I guess Battle Rap was so used to being right then, right there. They like, hell no, we ain't finna do that. And the company like, hell no, we ain't finna do that. So now we at a standstill on how things supposed to go. And I don't think Battle Rap had enough. They thought they had limbs to stand on, but they realized that the limbs was flimsy. You know what I'm talking about? And I know a lot of motherfuckers that was prominent and probably even finna become stars. Ain't stars no more. You know what I mean? I'm talking about could probably go anywhere and everywhere, but not look at them 5 years later. And can barely move around. And if a nigga ain't talking, then there ain't nothing going on. Ain't nothing in the town. For what? Motherfuckers was sitting here smiling like they didn't care. Like they didn't have a care in the world. And nigga telling them like, hey, the well will run dry. The river ain't gotta keep going. They know how to build a dam. Still talking and walking and acting like, remember that story I said yesterday? Niggas hopping, skipping, and then when they jump, they building all this shit up under them. So when they come down, it's like, where all this come from? Oh, you jump. Once you jump, you liable to commit suicide. You know what I mean? But I say all that because I seen Murder Mook basically address the situation. You feel me? And we shall see. Seeing Sue Surf address it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas acting like they got it, but they really broke niggas. I mean, you know, he said it for years. You know what I'm saying? And for y'all not to understand what he's saying, it's astronomical. It surely is, but hey, you know what I mean? What can you do at this point? I got one more story and then we can get up out of here. So, LeBron James, okay? Then he said you going to Philly. They said you going to Golden State. They just said you going to Miami. And then there's the almighty Cleveland Cavaliers. Now I said from the beginning you should go to Cleveland. You know what I said? Make more sense. If you don't retire now, next year when you do decide to retire. You know what I'm saying? I figure 25 is enough. If you don't retire this year. 25 years is definitely enough. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, damn. Your kid, everybody grown. You'll be able to go home to an empty home. You feel me? Just you and your wife until you tired. Then it's just you. You know what I'm talking about? At the end of the day, nigga, you did your due diligence. Nigga, you raised us, and I'm talking about the whole NBA, regardless of how people want to look at it. 25 years, you raised the whole nest of people with 25 years. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of these motherfuckers is your nephews. You know what I'm talking about? Uncle Brown. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, good brother. But so, what I was saying all that to say, listen, take it as much time as you need. People can talk as much as they want. You can go wherever you want, do whatever you want. Sure. I want to see you in Cleveland. You know what I mean? It just makes sense for the story. You know what I'm talking about? Only thing about it is the NBA ain't the NBA no more. You feel me? I've been watching the summer league. It's about 12 people that I evolved this damn near like you. You feel me? And that's kudos to you though. That mean you did a wonderful job at what you was doing. You feel me? You got AJ, you know what I'm saying, the number one overall pick. You got Boozer who went to Utah. You know what I'm saying? No, he went to, or did he go to Memphis? Oh, the second overall pick, Anderson, went to Utah. He doing good. He averaging over 20 points. Uh, you got the guy from Chicago, Wilson. He averaging over 20 points. Boozer, he averaging, that's 4 people right there. You know what I'm talking about? And I mean, there's 32 people in the class. You know what I'm saying? I can probably do another 4 or 5 people just actually doing their thing. But I just use those for just to say, LeBron, you did a look at you. You know what I'm talking about? People want to pay attention to what they got in the game now and how far they can go. You know what I'm saying? Not including the and I can't exclude them. The college, excuse my language. Oh the college NIL terminal. I mean, it's some kinks, but who don't got checks and balances? You know what I'm saying? They just come with the territory. Everything ain't gonna be right all the time. It'll take a while for them to be able to get a hold of these agents and these storytellers. You know what I'm saying? Acting like they student is the best student in the world, knowing he got his own personal issues. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get it all together because that's realistically that was what was supposed to be. The agent's supposed to act like a counselor as well. You know what I'm saying? Give you the right keys to keep it moving. But they greedy. You know what I'm saying? They want they little cake and eat it too. That's why they give you enough, just enough. You know what I'm talking about? Then you hang yourself. Now you in their back pocket. That was the whole deal. But these kids are smarter than what you thought. You thought you was gonna have them in their back pocket, but they like, hold on. Realistically, I don't need. If I'm doing my thing, I don't need nothing but me. You know what I'm talking about? I'm good at. Basically, if I could talk you out your socks, guess what? I'm gonna get me some new socks. You feel me? And if I'm good at that, ain't nothing you could tell me with my new socks on. I'm a whole totally different animal. You know what I'm talking about? But that's no here nor there, you guys. What I do want to do before I leave here, though, is shout out Sue Surf, shout out Averb, shout out ARP. You know what I'm talking about? And shout out Michael Beasley. You know what I'm talking about? These just the people that sometimes I value when I vent. You know what I'm saying? When I don't really need to. You know what I'm talking about? For real. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing much. Ain't nothing major. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but a little toilet paper. You understand me? I made some decent coffee this morning, so I figured take me a sip or two with y'all before I leave. I appreciate you, beautiful people. And guess what? If you see that light, you know it's real. And with all that being said, as the old saying goes, the smoke's going, I'm going.